Want to bring the magic of winter to life with watercolor? In this step-by-step tutorial, learn how to create a serene snowy forest and a stunning deer silhouette scene. Perfect for capturing the holiday spirits. Use simple techniques and minimum supplies. I will guide you through painting these dreamy, festive landscapes that is beginner-friendly. Now let's dive in. Hi, I'm Wendy. Welcome to my channel, where I share art tips, techniques, and inspiration from my self-taught journey. My goal is to help you to grow as an artist and find your own unique way, no matter where you're starting from. Let's learn, create, and grow together.
Let's start painting the snowy forest. Begin with a light pencil sketch of the horizon line about like 1/3 of the paper from the bottom, and that's it. We'll add the tree later using watercolor. Then let's move on to the background. Wet the upper area above the horizon line we just sketched. With clean water, use a large flat brush, so it's more efficient and you don't need to worry about some areas drying out while you are wetting other side of the paper. Then mix a light blue tone you like. I also add some orange to decrease the saturation, and apply it evenly using the same flat brush to create the sky. After that, add a slightly darker shades towards the tree area while the paper is still wet to let the color blend out nicely to create a misty look. Now we're adding the distance trees, so try to keep the paint color less saturated and add a bit more water in your mixture. This way, later when we add the trees that are closer, they'll contrast each other and create depth. Also, the trees here don't have to be perfect. Just paint out a rough oval shape of the tree with a stippling motion, since they'll be kind of blend in the background when finished. Now the previous layer is semi-dry. Use a darker mix of blue. I also add some indigo to darken the color for the trees that are in closer shot. Use a round brush and more defined strokes to paint out the tree shapes. You can use clean water to soften the horizon line around the bottom area to let the base of the tree blend softly into the background. After that, use a dark rich blue mix with black to the darkest shades in the foreground trees. Apply sharp detailed strokes for branches and pine needles. For the ground snow, keep the bottom of the painting white, or you can use a light blue wash for snow shadows. Once the painting is dried, use a white gouache to create falling snow. Scratch the tip of your paintbrush against a flat surface to create a fine snowy spray. Strengthen the details to the trees if needed, such as shadows and branches. Now let's move on to the second painting, the deer silhouette scene. First, sketch the layout. Lightly draw the horizon line about 1 feet from the bottom of the paper and the silhouette of a deer in the center just above the horizon line. For the background, wet the area above the horizon line with clean water using a large flat brush, avoiding the deer's silhouette. While the paper is wet, mix a diluted blue tone and apply it to the left and right side of the paper, where trees will appear. Leave the area around the deer brighter to create a glowing effect. Now the paper is still damp, use a slightly darker gray-blue mix to paint faint blurry trees in the background. Use a thin round brush for delicate vertical lines representing distant tree trunks and paint minimum branches with soft strokes, keeping them faint to maintain depth. For the foreground trees, mix blue with a touch of black for darker detailed tree trunks in the foreground and start painting the trunks a bit below the horizon line to present a close-up view. I also use clean water to soften shadows near the base to blend them into the snowy ground. Use a round brush to paint sharper branches here, creating contrast. Next, change to a smaller round brush and pick a dark blue or blue-black mix you like to paint the silhouette of the deer. Start with the body shape, ensuring clean edges, and then carefully add the antlers. After that, add shadows on the deer's body for dimension and around its feet to anchor it to the snowy ground.
Congratulations on completing this magical winter watercolor tutorials. Whether you've created a serene snowy forest or a tranquil deer in the wood, you've brought a beautiful holiday scene to life with just water and color. Great job! If you love this tutorial, check out my other beginner-friendly tutorials to keep improving your skills. From dreamy rose painting to color theory, I got everything you need to keep your creativity flowing. Happy painting and have a joyful holiday season!